When the enemy marched, they beat drums that shook the air, a thunderous promise of conquest and war. Their chants echoed across the plains, a wave of sound meant to break the spirit of any who dared to stand against them. But the Khoisan people had a drum of their own, not one of wood and hide, but one that was far more ancient and powerful. They had the heartbeat of the earth itself. As the fires crackled under the vast, star-filled sky, the enemy warriors raised their shields, their voices a unified, menacing roar. But in the heart of the sand camp, a different rhythm was building. There, bathed in the flickering firelight, sat Annalidi. Her hands moved over a simple trance drum, but the sound that rose from it was anything but simple. It was the whisper of the wind, the rumble of distant storms, the pulse of life itself. A warrior stood beside her, his eyes fixed on the approaching darkness. "Let them hear your drum, Annalidi," he murmured, his voice tight with anticipation. "Let them fear what they do not understand." As the first enemy lines charged forward, the battle began. But it wasn't a clash of steel they met first. It was a wave of sound. Annalidi's drumming intensified, her eyes closed, her body swaying as she entered a deep trance. The rhythm grew, becoming more complex, more powerful, echoing not just from her drum, but from the very world around them. The enemy soldiers faltered. The sound wasn't coming from one direction anymore. It was everywhere. It was in the rustling leaves of the trees, in the trembling ground beneath their feet, in the air they breathed. Drums seemed to echo from the hills to their left, the valley to their right, and even from the sky above. Their own war chants died in their throats, replaced by confusion and a growing primal fear. They were surrounded, but by what? Their lines broke. Panic set in as they scattered, looking for an enemy they couldn't see, a source of the sound they couldn't locate. And in that moment of chaos, the Khoisan rained arrows upon them from the shadows, silent and precise. The invaders who survived that night fled in terror. They didn't speak of facing warriors or a clever ambush. They spoke of something else entirely, their voices filled with awe and dread. They were certain they had not fought against men, but against the very spirits of the land, summoned from the earth by a woman's song and the beat of her drum. Before you leave, I would like to tell you this channel is small but growing. If you find stories like this meaningful like me, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps me more than you know. Thank you.